Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversation dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. If you're on Facebook, go ahead /Elephant Man Podcast. If you're on IG, Elephant Man _podcast. What's going on, everybody? I just want to come out and do a little quick live. Shout out to everybody who's joining the live or who's watching the replay. I didn't let nobody know that I was coming on, but there's just a lot of interesting things that's going on, and so I just came on real quick. Blessings to you all. Blessings, shalom. I just want to get right into some videos. We got a lot of strange things going on in our world. We got to make sure we pray for the people that's around the world. There's a lot of things going on simultaneously. Continue to pray for the people of Haiti. We're going to show a video about that. Ida, we have some family members down there in Ida, even Minister Teo and all of them down there. They are all they're okay. They just came out with a video saying that they're okay. And I think they moved over to Florida. I think they moved somewhere safe. They're out of the way. And they said they're going to probably be without power for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But they're doing well. But I want to show this one video. Some of you guys know Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick blaming us for the jab. Shalom. What's going on, Equinox? Shalom, brother. Blessings to you, man. I just jumped on real quick, man, because I just got to show these videos. It's been a while, too. So I'll be coming on 2 videos coming up. One video is about 9/11. Now, here's one thing about the whole 9/11 thing. I know it's very sensitive, and a lot of people lost their family and loved ones, but I had a few questions about it. I'm not going to do that on this show right now, but I had a few questions that I wanted to ask. But I'm not going to ask on the date of 9/11 because people be like, "You being insensitive." So I'm going to do a show within a couple of days from now. Now let's got 5 questions. 5 questions. Okay? But we're not going to do that. Also, only God can judge me. Make sure you check out that series. We're going to try to get Black Tastic in here. We're going to talk about the prophetess, Deborah, and Gideon, and different things like that. But let's get right into this video about Dan Patrick. Check this out real quick.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has people all across the country talking after comments he made on Fox News last night.
Take a listen.
The increased COVID numbers, hospitalizations, deaths are up in Texas, and there's a direct assault on your governor's policies and your state's policies. Very brief response.
Yeah. Well, Laura, the COVID is spreading, particularly most of the numbers are with the unvaccinated, and the Democrats like to blame Republicans on that. Well, the biggest group in most states are African Americans who have not been vaccinated. The last time I checked, over 90% of them vote for Democrats in their major cities and major counties. So it's up to the Democrats to get, just as it's up to Republicans, to try to get as many people vaccinated. But we respect the fact that if people don't want the vaccination, we're not going to force it on them. That's their individual right.
Now, of course, a lot to digest there, so let's look into the claim that black people are the biggest group that is unvaccinated. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, only 40 states report vaccines by race. Among those that do, yes, black people have the lowest vaccination rate at 40% compared to 50% for white people. But black people only make up 12% of the American population. So for every one unvaccinated black person in the United States, there are about 4 unvaccinated white Americans, so not the biggest group.
And if we look at Texas, we decided to cross-reference 2020 census data and data from the Department of State Health Services. Of the roughly 3.4 million black people in Texas, 2.4 million are unvaccinated. But of the 11.5 million white people in Texas, 6.8 million are unvaccinated. Now, keep in mind, not everyone is eligible to get a vaccine. But roughly for every 1 black Texan who isn't vaccinated, there are 3 white unvaccinated Texans. So again, black people are not the biggest group. Of course, across the country, people are pushing back against Patrick's comments, including the leaders of Austin Public Health.
Wow. Man, it's getting gloves off real quick. That blame game come out real It's unbelievable. A lot of African Americans, so-called African Americans, are hesitant because there's been a lot of things that happened in the past, man. I mean, do you blame them? They're hesitant because they don't, it's a lot of things that happened in the past, man. Not only just Tuskegee, but I want you to look up this book called Medical Apartheid. Man, it's way more stuff than Tuskegee that's been happening. Against they wasn't consenting for the different things that took place. So yeah, man, I can't believe that brother Dan Patrick tried to blame it on the black people, for the ills, So some people are, I think that's another divide too, just with black and white. But the people that took the jab, the people who don't take the jab, it should be a choice. I really believe that it should be a choice. It shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be threatened because it was nice. For those who got the jab early, you get a Krispy Kreme donut. I'm not lying. Look this up. Krispy Kreme donut, lottery tickets, concert tickets. I think pack of cigarettes, different things. You know what I mean? And then when some cat's still like, nah, I don't know. Now it's starting to get ugly. The gloves are coming off. And people are blame game, and people are getting very, very upset. And they're going out for the teachers now. Check out this real quick for the teachers. Check this out.
Moving on now, after over a year of being shut, schools are finally opening up across the world, along with the looming threat as the Delta variant continues to spread rapidly. On Friday, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention said that an unvaccinated teacher from California infected half of her class as she was reading aloud the chapters, often without the mask. Without disclosing the name of the school, the CDC said that the teacher was from the Marin County and took classes even though she had visible symptoms of cough, fever and chills. CDC researchers say that the teacher had symptoms of COVID-19 in mid-May but continued working until she received a positive coronavirus test. Out of a class of 2 students, 12 children tested positive for COVID-19. And keep in mind that all of these kids were under the age of 12, hence ineligible to get the jab. A chain of transmission then followed, and in the end, 26 people, including students, tested positive. Further discussing the outbreak, the CDC said that 8 out of 10 children who sat in the front rows contracted the virus. Going further, 4 out of 14 children sitting in the back rows contracted the virus. It is not just the United States that has opened schools. States across India have started their schools again, and remaining will soon bring students back to the classrooms. Talking about the Indian capital, New Delhi, schools will open in a phased manner from the first week of September. Local administrations say that social distancing and masks have been made compulsory for the schools and that the consent of parents is mandatory for attending offline classes. Outbreaks like these have put policymakers across the globe in a conundrum. And on one hand, they need to eventually open schools for the holistic development of the future generation. But on the flip side, lapses like these put those lives and many others at risk. A recent study carried out by MC Kinsey and Company suggests that parents across the United States think their children have fallen behind in schools because of the pandemic. The report reveals that students fell about 5 months behind in maths and 4 months behind in reading during the lockdown period. It also said that the children experienced significant social, emotional and mental health challenges. Following the California outbreak, there are growing calls for vaccine mandates in schools, with some districts such as New York City have already implemented. During a White House briefing, the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, said that evidence has repeatedly demonstrated that multi-layer prevention strategies such as vaccination for all children and adults who are eligible for masks for all students, teachers, staff, visitors, ventilation, physical distancing and screen testing work to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in schools.
Wow. Just last year, they were just saying that, children, they got a strong immune system. They can't catch it, this, that, and the other. And now all of a sudden, it's like, your kid can catch it. I mean, they've been really manipulative on some of the stories. And I'm not saying that it's not going on, but some of the numbers, they suspect to me, man, but they're going to make it mandatory for a lot of the educators, the people in education, and school went back in and they're right. That social emotional piece It's crazy. It's been fights left and right from the region where I'm from. It's just fights in every building, you know, crazy. We had a shooting, so we're gonna make sure we lifting up our babies in prayer. Very, very crazy. But it still should be your choice. You feel what I'm saying? So let's check out this real quick. New Yorkers, they making it mandatory in New York, and New Yorkers is going crazy. Let's check this out real quick.
No more shots! 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 No more shots!
We don't want no shots. We don't want no shots. We don't want no cards.
No tyranny. Otherwise, take the Statue of Liberty back to France.
It's not a vaccine. It's not a vaccine. It's an experimental drug. It's not a vaccine.
To us by the CCP.
My body, your choice.
My body, my choice.
Why does a child need a doctor's note to go to a tanning salon, but they want to vaccinate children that are not of the age of consent? Why? Why?
I think you should have the choice whether or not to take the shot. I don't think it's right for the corporations to pressure citizens to taking a shot. The FDA has been wrong before. People can look up how many times they've been wrong. There's a long, long list of drugs that they've had to recall over time. Why is this any different?
This is not right what they are doing to my community. And my community is not just union members. It's non-union members. It's dance moms and dads. It's little girls taking ballet class, being forced to wear a mask. We will not comply.
But man, they blaming us though. You know what I'm saying? You see the numbers. We are small. We're only 13% of the population, but we get all of the flack, all of the blame. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys and gals have not been wearing a mask. You know, I don't think that's a deal breaker. You know, schools letting back in. You can still have it without a fever. So they can check your temperature, and you can still not have a fever and still have it and go in, and it's wild, man. So we praying, man. But so it's not 6 feet separate social distance. It's 3 feet in some schools. You know what I mean? And you look in the classrooms, and the classrooms are full, man. The masks, they're not on. They're not on the whole day. To be real, keep it real. Be honest. The masks are not on the whole day, and so it's very, very crazy, man. Very, very crazy. But that blame game situation is crazy. And I think that's the one reason why they can't get the Americans, as of yet, America's yet, because America is strapped. They are strapped to the core. Their health boys got guns and stuff with aid. The boys is strapped, so you just can't do what you want to do. So you got to trick them. If I should say, you got to deceive them. You got to manipulate the numbers. You got to, you know, because if they find out, if they knew what was really going on, man, if they was woke, man, it would get ugly around here. You know what I mean? And right now it's just a thing against the people who took the jab and didn't take the jab. You know what I mean? And a brother came on my page, and I shared a meme or whatever. He came on my page and he was like, yo, majority of the people that's hospitalized and dying are the people who didn't take the jab. And I was just like, wow. So that's another divide and conquer thing that they got going on, man. Very, 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 very crazy, man. I just can't believe that, you know, we ain't got end up getting blamed for it, you know. So some healthcare workers, even some healthcare workers, you know, we know some healthcare workers that's for it, but we know some healthcare workers that's like, I don't know. And they've been in the field, they've been to medical school. Check this out.
Show of hands. How many of you have gotten a COVID vaccine?
These are 4 healthcare workers from different hospitals in North Carolina.
Why not?
We don't know what the long-term side effects are. It also hasn't been proven to be effective.
The CDC and many public health experts say that it's more than 90% effective.
They do say that. That hasn't proven to me to be true. I'm not going to just jump on a bandwagon with something that has not been tested.
When you say that it hasn't been tested, it has been tested, though.
But not to if you look at the normal year span of how long something is tested, it's usually 12 to 14 years before it comes to humans.
Across the country, about 1 in 4 healthcare workers still isn't vaccinated against COVID. And from North Carolina to Texas to New York, anti-mandate protests are mounting.
I don't trust it right now.
So is the pushback.
This is in the category of give me a bleeping break. When did everyone get a medical degree?
For weeks, we've spoken with many overworked healthcare workers who practically begged Americans to get the shot.
What do you tell people who just don't believe you?
It's frustrating.
Not these. They say they're not anti-vax, more anti-mandate.
And I'm not comfortable putting something into my body until I am ready. If and when I'm ready to get the vaccine, I will get it on my own accord. I won't be forced.
You just don't trust the CDC.
I do not trust the CDC. Absolutely not.
And that fuels their skepticism.
I have the right to question anybody in this country I want to question.
You're entitled to your own opinion, but these are facts.
Are they, though? Are they facts?
Wow, man, it's crazy. And then we know what's coming up in the fall. It's about to be flu season. See, every cough, every sneeze is not C-19. You feel what I'm saying? We have flus. We have colds, right? We have pneumonia. We have allergies, right? Like right now, sometimes my nose run, my nose, I sneeze and my eyes run, but it's not because I got C-19. It's because of my allergies. It's something in the air. And then end of September, it goes away. But every sneeze, every cough, every headache is not C-19, man. You know, we took it to a whole other level. And so a lot of people, I guess a lot of nurses lost their jobs. It's like, look, in California and Texas, like, look, if you don't take it, then you got to go find you another job. You don't need to be in this profession, you know. And the narrative is you putting others at risk. The same thing with the people at school. Like, look, if you want to educate, you want to be walking around our building around our kids, mandatory. Take it. Again, I'm not anti. See, I don't like the language. Anti-jab. What? Anti-jab. Why you can't be investigating it? Anti sounds so rough. Right? It sounds so rough. I have family, I have friends that took the jab and they with it. And more power to you. But the ones who didn't, they should not be demonized or villainized. Right? And that was one of the main things. I had met a brother. I was at this I was at this one meeting, and he was like older Caucasian brother, because we was at this beekeepers meeting, and he was just like so shocked. He's like, man, he had to be like 70. He said, man, I got both jabs and I caught it after I got the jabs. And he was just looking at me like he wanted me to give him an answer. And I was like, bro, I'm sorry, man. Praying for you, man. It affects people different ways, right? It's not a fix all, one jab fix all, two jab fix all. And that's the thing that they're not telling us. When we buy food off the shelf, it has the ingredients listed. It has what's going on in there, right? They're not telling the ingredient. And then on top of that, these are a red flag to me is you can't go to the court of law. You can't sue, right? You can't. Here, take it. Mandatory, you lose your gig. And if anything happened to you, you can't sue me. Wow. That is insane. And so right now, this next narrative, they're going to turn up the pressure. They're going to turn up the heat. Those who took it, they're going to get a reward system for them. Not just with travel or whatever, but it's going to be a reward system. Those who didn't, they're going to put a heavy smear campaign for those who didn't take it. And people are going to take the bait. They're going to be like, man, y'all making it rough and unsafe. Because look, everybody still got to wear masks. Everybody still got to wear masks, right? And so people are asking questions, and that's good. Do your research. Pray, fast, ask questions. That critical thinking is a must. And people always say trust science. Ain't nobody against science. I'm not against science at all. But that critical thinking is a must. We got to use that critical thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Check out this right here.
All right, now to our CBS News investigation. The vaccines here in America are highly effective. So why are a small percentage of vaccinated people getting infected? And is it possible for a vaccinated person to spread the virus? CBS's Dr. John LaPook has new details tonight.
It was a hippie fest where people were close and hugging. And
Jeff Friedman and Julie Greenhouse were among the fans at the crowded Peach Festival in Scranton, Pennsylvania. 16,000 faces and not a mask in sight.
It didn't really occur to us that we were putting ourselves at risk. It was we were outside, we're all vaccinated.
But vaccinations were not required. 48 hours after that last curtain call, Greenhouse developed symptoms and tested positive for COVID with a breakthrough infection. So did her boyfriend Jeff and 13 other festival friends, all with mild symptoms.
I think if I had thought it through that I could have gotten COVID from someone unvaccinated, I would have been smarter.
Dr. Paul Dupre is a vaccine researcher. He says it's crucial for people to get vaccinated so there's less virus to mutate into a more infectious version like the Delta variant, which has likely been causing the increased reports of breakthrough cases. Compared with previous versions of the virus, there's evidence Delta may attach to lung cells more efficiently. And a recent study found the Delta variant produced about 1,000 times more virus in the nose than the original strain.
It's not just about staying out of hospital and staying out of a coffin. It's about stopping the likelihood that that virus will change.
So far, the COVID vaccines have been highly effective at preventing serious illness, even from Delta, but they're not perfect. According to the CDC, millions of vaccinated people will be at risk of a breakthrough infection if exposed, but so far, most have had mild or no symptoms. Out of more than 160 million fully vaccinated people in the U.S., the CDC says 5,500, mostly the elderly or people with underlying health conditions, have been hospitalized or died.
Nora, the CDC is looking into rare cases of vaccinated people infecting not only unvaccinated people, but people who have been fully vaccinated. But CDC head Dr. Rochelle Walensky emphasized to me yesterday that the vaccines continue to provide exceptional protection against severe illness or death.
Wow. You see how they selling that one? That's crazy. You know what I mean? And I said that. Now, I remember telling to my wife that I said, look, it's going to be multiple jabs. It ain't going to be no 2 and you through. No. It's going to be multiple variants, multiple jabs, it's going to be multiple. Once or twice a year, you're going to get this thing for the rest of your life. Right? It's not going to be no 2 and you through. No. And they're trying to get a reward system now going on. So we got to stay on the wall. We got to pray, man. Again, I have family and friends that have taken it, right? That's your choice. It's okay. But the people who don't take it should not be ostracized, demonized, right? If they didn't take it. I don't know why this computer's doing this. All right. So I'm trying to stay out of YouTube jail. I know a lot of people went to YouTube jail because of the stuff that they said. And they call it misinformation. How can critical thinking skills be misinformation? How can it be misinformation? Trust the science, trust the people. All of a sudden, people got all of these morals and standards, right? All of a sudden. When you read that medical apartheid book, you're going to read it. Look up medical apartheid. Go look up that book. From slavery until yesterday, they've been doing stuff, man. And people were going underneath the knife. It was some terrible stories. I can't get into all of them, but people were going underneath the knife for one thing, and they was operating and taking out and doing other things to them without their consent underneath the knife. I'm not bringing no fear. I'm not being no fear. You know, perfect love casts out fear. That's what y'all said. But cats do some crazy things. So you think you're going under the knife to whatever, gallbladder removed, gallbladder stone, and they taking stuff and adding stuff, and now you're a walking lab rat. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I feel worse. You supposed to feel better. You know what I'm saying? And it was a group of medical students when this one particular young Negro, African-American lady went under the knife. They were like, all right, we're going to do A, B, C. And they was all like, wait a minute. That ain't what we're here for. We're here to do one procedure. and you about to add 2 or 3 different. It was crazy. It was a whole bunch of medical files they have in the basement of this hospital, and they had found them, and it's crazy, man. But I don't want to get into that. But we gotta pray, man, because that's it's some wicked stuff going on, man. You know, I am a person. People think that people that use critical thinking skills are conspiracy theory people, but it happens all around you. It's things happening all around you. You just can question it. It's different dead giveaways. You know what I mean? That just I'm just suspicious about certain things, man. And then how you gonna release it? Oh, it's emergency. Let's release it before the FDA approve it. Not saying the FDA is the end all, but that's how it usually go. The FDA usually approves stuff before it's released. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get hit with a lawsuit. Well, they like, since we can't get hit with a lawsuit anyway, we finna put it out. Then the FDA approve it a year later. Now they got the footing under them to start making stuff mandatory. You know, and then they said the kids was immune, and all of a sudden the kids, they just so sick now. It's crazy, man. So we gonna definitely pray for that. Also, we're going to pray for shout out to anybody. Leave in the comment if you got some family and friends that's got hit by the Hurricane Ida, man. It's very, very interesting down there, man. And so I have half of my family from Hammond, Louisiana. My I ain't gonna say my Creole side, but some of them from Hammond, Louisiana. So we praying for them and everybody around that area. You know, they got storm with millions without power, and so we need to make sure we be able to form an alliance. We don't always have to wait on FEMA or anybody like that, but we have our own alliance. But we got water stored up. They don't like us talking like this. We got sugar stored up. We got rice, Pampers for babies. We got different things stored up. So when stuff like that hit, take some vans, take some trucks, take whatever. Put our money together, get a big rig, bam, go down there. Not saying we're not gonna get help from other folk, but we got, we so dependent upon this world and this country that we wait for them. We get the right person in office, they gonna nah. You had hundreds of years to do that, and you ain't did jack for us, right? So we got to get in a position to do our different things. Don't spend your whole stimulus and tax cut money on Jordans and flat screen TVs at Walmart, giving it right back to them, right? Invest, come together with other people. You might need something might cost $20,000, right? You get enough people to put up 2 stacks, 10 people put up 2 stacks, y'all can handle that. We could do more together than we can apart. I think that's another reason they saying the social distancing so we don't contract or spread the C-19. But it's we're not talking, we're not communicating. Our mouths are covered up. We're suspicious of one another. Who got the jab? Who didn't get the jab? Who's pro? Who's anti? You know what I mean? And all in the same in the background, they coming up with stuff. That's just my opinion. You think I'm anti-American, but I'm not. But I just like give it to me real. Just tell me everything, right? And then let me decide. Don't force me to decide. Don't intimidate me. And I was telling one of my friends at work about a month ago or 2 months ago. I said, "Hey man, they're gonna start ABC XYZ." He was like, "They can't do that." I'm like, "Oh really? They can't do that?" When they make mandates and mandatories and laws, that's why they make a whole bunch of laws and making it legal. Makes things legal and illegal. You know what I'm saying? They come up with laws and legislation in a minute, man. That's why we got to trust in the Most High. Most High, yeah. But let's look at this footage from Ida devastation and then Haiti. I'm tripping. 3 things happened that was very tragic that happened to them within the last 6 months. But let's check out this by Ida first, then Haiti, then we're going to close out in prayer. So I'm going kind of long.
This morning, a sobering look at Ida's devastation. Homes submerged in water as far as the eye can see, nearby roads completely washed out.
The ceiling in every room caved in, and it was unbelievable.
Desperate families waiting and praying for rescue.
It was bad. It was the worst thing ever.
The Louisiana National Guard already rescuing 282 people and 32 pets.
Just progressively got worse till it was ankles, knees, almost chest level. So we just put the dogs on the counters and then we climbed into the attic.
Water levels reaching heights many could not have imagined.
We had about 8 feet of water.
8 feet of water inside of your house.
The modest water was past the couches.
The road has collapsed. Multiple cars are in there.
Overnight in neighboring Mississippi, a highway collapse involving multiple vehicles, killing at least 2 and injuring 10 others. Officials pointing to torrential rain and the impacts of Ida as a contributing factor. Back in Louisiana, many residents now struggling just for the basics. This line for gas stretching down the street as a mangled transformer dangles above the cars. In New Orleans, an eerie quiet as hundreds of thousands remain without power. Residents in the hardest hit areas could have outages for weeks. And officials warning conditions are still very dangerous, including possible alligator-infested floodwaters. In Slidell, a 71-year-old man is missing after being attacked by an alligator and losing his arm. Farther west, Ida's wrath flexed in the form of crumpled roofs and twisted trees.
In a show of force, the wind was so strong in Gramercy, Louisiana, it was enough to tip over an 18-wheel tractor trailer, and not just one, but 3 tractor trailers in one parking lot.
But out of so much devastation emerge moments of hope. The nurses inside the neonatal intensive care unit at Ochsner Health Hospital volunteering to stay through the night with newborn babies who so desperately need them.
My team pulls together. Doesn't matter what's happening, they're going to make sure that the babies are taken care of and that their team members are taken care of.
And at Children's Hospital New Orleans, the physician-in-chief tells NBC News that young doctors and nurses took their families to safety in places like Atlanta and Birmingham, came back to New Orleans during lockdown and looked after patients. He says that many of them, guys, still have not seen their own homes, even at this point. Hoda, back to you.
Wow, man, that's salute to them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know, newborn babies need a lot when they first come into the world. So salute to them, praying for them. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I got family down there in Hammond, Louisiana. I've yet to go down there and visit, you know, and check them out. And Hope, Arkansas. That's my people from the South. Hope, Arkansas, Hammond, Louisiana. Praying that they everything is cool. Shout out to Sister Ida and them down in Galveston, Texas. You know, all my people in Sugar Land, Texas, Houston, Texas. You know, my people in the ATL, all down there. I'm in Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland. You know what I mean? And so, but shout out to all of them. You know. So one other thing in close. Oh my goodness, my brother is on here. Ty, what's going on? I ain't meant to show your face. You get marked. You on here marked with us now, brother. That's my brother, childhood brother, man. Salute, shalom, shalom, seeing me, brother. One more thing is the Haiti thing, but you know what? I ain't gonna get into that. Because I'm like, how come Haiti side getting hit, but the other side ain't getting hit? You know, and I be thinking they playing with the Heart Project. You know, they be like, oh, because of that voodoo. Oh, really? Because of the voodoo only? How much voodoo and hoodoo that this country does? Don't say it. Don't go there. And I'm not for voodoo. I'm straight, you know, Torah, blood of Yahusha, all of that, blood atonement. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying don't come with that narrative. That's why they getting towed up over there because of that. All right, so let's play this one about Haiti, man. They got hit with a triple. Man, with a triple, it was so terrible. Let's check this out, then we're going to close out in prayer.
Haiti is caught in a series of unfortunate events. First, the country's president was assassinated. Then, more than 1,400 people died in a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. And now, a tropical storm is battering the island nation. All three events have crippled Haiti's resources and its capabilities to recover. Our next report tells you the impact of each of these tragedies and how the world is stepping up to provide assistance.
The 14th of August, Saturday. A 7.2 magnitude earthquake strikes southwestern Haiti. A series of aftershocks follow the quake and then send tremors across the country, reducing churches, hotels, and homes into rubble. This earthquake was the most devastating in over a decade. An estimated 37,000 homes have been destroyed. Over 1,400 people have died. At least 6,000 people have been injured, and thousands more are still missing. What's worse is that this disaster happened at a time when the Caribbean nation is still reeling from its president's assassination and bitter political divisions. Nonetheless, the people of Haiti are trying to put up a united front to overcome this tragedy. The Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, has declared a state of emergency, urging people to show solidarity and come to the aid of those in difficulty.
Finally, I want to tell the population that we are going through a difficult situation. This is the moment to unite, to have a greater national unity, a greater solidarity with the victims. Let's forget our quarrels and come to the aid of those in difficulty.
Wow. So we shout out to Haiti, man. That's a tropic storm, an earthquake, and that assassination. Now, there's always some funny stuff with that. I don't know, and I'm still investigating. I keep my mouth shut. I don't know everything, but it'd be real weird stuff going on. I know Haiti had a long time battle with France. They stood up to France, man, and then they owe France billions of dollars, man, and that's another reason why they hurting a lot, because they was in debt to France, you know what I mean? But they, France smacked them and they smacked France back, and it was like, it's just been crazy ever since, man. But look it up, though. I'm not making this stuff up. So yeah, man. So that assassination thing, I don't know. Can't put my hand on it, so that's why I really don't talk about it. But there's always some fishiness, and I don't think it's dealing with straight integrity all the time. But the truth will come to the light soon, if about that. If you know something about it, leave a comments in the link or email me. I would like to know more about that. Even with the whole thing with the Afghanistan thing, and that's weird. It don't make sense, And I was just saying, as long as there's not a reason to stay, they won't stay, right? So, excuse me. I don't think personally it's about getting the troops out and let them come home. They've been there for 20 years and just that. No, they ain't got no more interest there, right? Or they try to get another narrative or something else. This is my opinion. I'm not being negative. I'm not being cynical, but I'm just saying it might be something else. But people just up and leave like, where y'all going? All right, bye. And then get a Taliban Air Force. I'm gonna get that video. I can't put it today. Left them with some machine guns and some ARs and some planes. Look it up. Left them with some stuff. You know what I mean? And then now we got ISIS-K. You know what I mean? Like, who is these people? You know what I mean? Who is this? What? We got all kind of stuff, man. So it's always fishy, man. They try to get this narrative to get this. I think because of that letter of Giuseppe. I don't know if you've seen that show about the letter of Giuseppe where the 3 world wars was planned, by Manzini. But that's a whole nother different story, man. I don't want to get into that. It's getting late. And plus most of y'all will be thinking it's conspiracy theory anyway. But it's supposed to be 3 world wars, and the 3rd world war is supposed to have been against the global Zionists and the Arab nation. And so they keep hitting that hive, right? And when they gonna come out the hive and sting, and then they're gonna be called terrorists, but you hit the nest, they're gonna come out, man. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't. I don't know, man. They're playing this wicked game, man. You can't fund people and then say, "Hey, man, look, these are the enemy." Well, you don't get the enemies no weapon, no leverage, no nothing. And then as they was leaving, it's like, all right, bye. Then something blow up. Then they like, oh, you blowing us up while we leaving? Oh, you gonna pay for that? It's like, wait a minute. Well, and then shoot a missile at that and then leave. And it's a mess, man. I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they planning. It is really a mess. And I don't understand it though. It's fishy. It's not clean. You know what I mean? It's not clean. And I see people all in the comment, oh, good. We've been over there for 20 years and with billions of taxpayers' dollars, and we need to bring our boys home. And yeah, I feel you. But in the same sense, man, if it was something of interest still there, they would still be there because they got bases all over the world. Africa, Orient, right? Everywhere, all over the world. That's not their countries because it's still an interest there, right? That's why so there's something going on there. I don't know if they're going to pull away so these people can act the fool, ISIS-K and Taliban or whoever, and then they come in like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Tony time shall tell, man. So we just got to just keep praying to the Most High and keep our eyes focused on him. And my man said it's all staged and filmed, and it'd be hard to believe, man. You can't just do stuff or what? Oh, Calvin Andrews. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you expect? What do you expect from them? I'm not understanding that. What do you expect from them? Who is them? You talking about Haiti? You talking about? Let me know what's going on with that. I'm not understanding that. Also, Sister Desiree Washington Moore, we are EC. I'm glad y'all okay. Blessings to y'all. We have power in Baton Rouge, but New Orleans will be without power for a little while. Okay. That's good. Ja Tony's in the building. Ja Tony, shalom. Shalom, it's Ja Tony. Always. Muskoki TV. Katie can't catch a break. Miss Koji. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't want to butcher your name up. Where are you from, Miss Koji? Put it in the chat. Yeah, so I'm glad that you guys are doing well. You know what I mean? Shout out to Equinox Walker, Dale J, Tikaya, Banks, Calvin Ardis. Where are you from as well, Calvin? Calvin Ardis, I haven't seen you in the chat. Blessings to you. Let me know where you're from. But yeah, we got to question everything, man. Oh, Oklahoma and OKC. Okay. The colonizers. Calvin Artist ain't playing no games out here. This dude, bro. All right. That's okay. Okay, from Oklahoma, blessings to you. But yeah, man. People think you're doom and gloom and being negative, man. We just gotta be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Norfolk, Virginia in the building. Can you say Tuskegee? Well, the same as Muskegee. Oh, okay. So Tuskegee is like Muskegee. Okay, cool. So it's like Tuskegee, right? And then artist is from Norfolk. Yes. Okay, blessings to you guys. Okay, pregnant sister and newborns in New Orleans remind me of Matthew 24:19-20. And woe unto them that are with child and that get suck in those days, and pray that your flight not be in winter, neither on the Shabbat, in terms of what will be going on in the prophecy to come to pass. Amen. For real, man. For real. Man, it's crazy. Because we got the West Coast still burning, y'all. The West Coast still on fire. Like, on fire. Then we got Ida, the Hurricane Ida. Then we got earthquakes and floods and mudslides. So we just got to make sure we hold on to the Most High. And Most High, what do you want us to do? And I don't know if you guys, I didn't want to talk to you about that heart project. We got to get off of here because I don't want to you can spiritual theory. But I think it's a thing called the Heart Project or weather. It's HARP. It's an acronym. It stands for something. and they could be able to control weather with this machine, this device, right? So make it rain, make it do all kind of stuff. And I'm thinking they can send waves to bring an earthquake. And the reason I said that, I know that sounds crazy. That's why I'm about to get off here. Spook some of y'all out. But the reason I said that is because I'm like, hey, they keep getting hit up, man. You know, and I'm not saying the other side should get hit up, but I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the harp. Yeah. Yeah. No, man, you saying I'm all right, man. I start having this conversation with people. Oh, my dude, Michael, no, Curry. No, Curry. You don't even, man, I be texting you, man. You done gave me the wrong number, man. That's all right, though. Pastor Mike Curry. What's going on, my brother in the building? Riggiest, not Riggiest. Only you and Ty gonna know what I'm talking about with that. My brother, man. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. This man is in trouble. He finna go down Facebook jail. HART, High Altitude Research Project. Ooh. But they supposedly had this machine that can just do all kind of crazy stuff, man. But I don't know if they can set off the volcanoes because you know it's about at least 3 to 4 volcanoes that went off of recently within the last 2 years that have been dormant for over years, and they just going off now. The earth is travailing, man. The earth is like, look, they waiting for the manifestations of the sons of Yah, for real. The earth is tripping, man. I don't know, but researched 5-6 hurricanes on the same day. Day 28. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't read it. I don't know, but do research. 5-6 hurricanes on the same day, 8/29, but different years. Wow. Yeah, man, it's real crazy. Oh, so Calvin said they can set a volcano up. I don't know how you gonna make the lava come up, but that's crazy, man. And that's what people got. We got a God complex, man. Instead of just following the Most High, they got technology that can block the sun. You can look this up too. I got it on the show. And so you can block the sunlight. But we need the sun, man. We need the sun, man, for our vitamin D. We just need it to grow our vegetables. We need it for our morale, right? We need the sun. We don't need to block the sun out. You know, if the Most High want to block the sun, it'll be a cloudy day, and the sun is still shining somewhere. You know, but they got this thing that they can shoot in the sky, and it's like a mist, almost like when a volcano go off and it got these ashes, and it kind of look dark even though it's daytime. So they, you know, so man, people crazy, man. In that CERN project, trying to open up portals, man. Don't know what's on the other side of the portal, right? And we continue doing crazy things instead of submitting to the Most High. And then when stuff happens, we have to blame somebody else, blame other folk. You know what I'm saying? All we know, what I'm saying, look, ain't no look. Now this is an insult to the Most High. I'm gonna get off here. Global overpopulation. That's an insult to the Most High, right? He's not gonna overpopulate the planet, right? It's his planet, right? So he's not gonna have, if this planet can't hold 8 billion people. 8 billion people is not going to be on this planet. I'm just letting you know. If this planet can hold 10 billion people, then the resources should be there for that. The water, the money, the just the different resources there. But we playing the game of what's mad. Yep, chemtrail. Yep. I seen that. I showed that video about chemtrail too. What's mine is mine, or what's yours is mine. See, he gave everybody something so you can barter, trade something. Some people live next to water. They got access to fish. Some people don't live next to no coast, but they got access to the minerals. Some people, they got a lot of sheep and cattle. Some people got wheat fields, right? And so that's what the whole barter system was supposed to happen. But people colonizing, what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine, and it's an imbalance. So when the imbalance happens, some people suffer. Ain't no way in the world them folk over in Africa. Remember the commercials in the 80s? I'm dating myself now. And they had the young kid with the big belly, and they feed them a bowl of rice and got the flies all on their face. You could at least wipe the flies off their face. You want to shoot them with the flies on their face for just 60 cents a day, blah, 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 blah. Man, they walking on wealth. Africa is the richest continent. Cobalt, gold, diamonds, but they don't have the material, they don't have the machine like De Beers and those other different companies to mine it, right? So they can't control that, the resources that's right underneath their feet, right? They won't have no water problem. They wouldn't have no none of that food problem or nothing. They walking on straight wealth over in Africa. Oil, all kind of stuff over there. Rare minerals that you can't find nowhere else in the world is on that continent. But that what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. It's very crazy. So that covenant spirit is in here. So, but the Most High goes straight everything back out. You know. So I'm gonna close out in prayer. Continue. Give us an update, family down there in the southern states. You know what I'm saying? Especially Louisiana. And continue to pray for Haiti. And stock up. We want you to stock up. Stock up, because I don't know if they're going to have another shutdown or whatever like that. Stock up food, man. You know, you got food for a reason. I'm not trying to make you be paranoid. Bags of rice. I said it. Flour, sugar, or whatever that, you know, some stuff that have a nice shelf life. 2024 shelf life. You know what I mean? Some stuff that are beyond. Stock up some stuff. We sound like Woody Harrelson in 2012. We sounded like Woody Harrelson in 2012. I don't know what that means. All right, but stock up, man. Stock up. Stock up some stuff, man. You know what I mean? Keep you a go bag, right? A bug out bag. So keep you a go bag, a bug out bag. Cats just sitting around waiting for things to get back to normal. They don't want to do that, man. Yes, please subscribe, like, and share, man. We're trying to grow the channel and you know, get people going. Now it's growing slow because I don't do the whole mudslinging and the debate and he said, she said. I try to give information. I try to give encouragement. And so people you know, I'm not gonna make the world's biggest pizza and all of that. And who can I eat the hot dogs and all, you know, people do different things to grow their channel. It's straight information. It's straight, you know, elephant man, grown man conversation dealing with elephants in the room. So subscribe, like, share. Anyway, make sure a bug out bag, a bug in bag, right? Keep those different things, right? Because even when Texas got hit with that cold, you know what I mean? When Texas got hit with that cold, man, it was just like I had to break some of their furniture for wood so they could keep warm. They had to melt snow to drink water. It was crazy. So ain't nobody, don't say it, man, y'all crazy. That'll never happen. No, we have to prepare. You know what I mean? And ask the Most High for wisdom. And we got to look out for one another, and we got to work together, and we got to communicate, period, point blank. We got to communicate. We got to work with one another. We can't just be a Facebook personality. We can't just be a Facebook person. We got to be able to connect. I put my email in the chat. Man, email me. Some of you guys are closer to me than others. Like brother Aerospike, he close to me. He's on DeKalb. DeKalb, Illinois is not that far from where I'm from. So we can get up. We can have these different conversations and different things, man. You know what I mean? We have to do that because, in closing, for real, this right here, they gonna stop this. I know they'd be like, man, why they out there talking about that? Because it don't fit the narrative and it don't fit what's being taught. You know what I mean? And so they're like, man, we're going to shut all that down. If they shut 45's account down, you know they'll shut you down. They turned on 45 so bad, man. That's why I'm like, man, it's every man for himself. It's survival of the fittest. How they puffed 45 up for 4 years. And then when the crap hit the fan, everybody just turned on him. And I was like, oh, y'all. Shalom, Roham. I'm going to get you on here, man. Shalom, I'm going to get you on here, bro. I keep saying that, man. My man he got a lot of wealth. He used to be into Hinduism and stuff. I ain't gonna tell all your business, but he knows about the different Hindu gods and stuff like that. So I want to be able to get him on here and let him talk, you know. And, you know, so I'm gonna build. I promise. They liquidated 45's accounts. Right. They did liquidate 45's accounts. But before that, see, we can't never get off because y'all be adding stuff. But before that, they was all for him. They was like, man, he could, man. And guess what? He was believing his hype. He was believing his hype, right? All of that stuff. Like, I'm this, that, and the other. And it's like, man, they showed him real quick, both sides, Democrat and Republican side, dogged. I was like, he don't even understand the game. Because remember, 45 wasn't Democrat or Republican. He hijacked the Republican side and the Anglo-Saxon Christian vote, but he wasn't none of the above, right? You know what I'm saying? He was going to be an independent party, but they're like, man, you got to, people stuck. They either one or the other. So they hijacked that side, put him in there, but then he started getting powerful, but he started talking crazy. This is the reason I believe he didn't get all 8, because he was too powerful, and he had momentum and he had a lot of power. So they're like, bro, we trying to go to the next phase. You coming out here without a mask on, bro. You telling your people, you know what I'm saying? Stop the steal and all this old crazy. Man, look here, bro. We thank you for all what you did, but you can't do another 4. Because we got somewhere we trying to go to. So, and even if you remember about it, Kamala, and I don't want to get into politics, Kamala and Joe, they ain't really like each other, man. Go watch some of them debates. They weren't feeling each other. But they had, okay, we need to get these African-American votes. Okay, and then hopefully Joe will pull some votes. Hopefully they'll forget the 84 crime bill or whatever, 94 crime bill, and he could pull people because he was with Barack. So, and they put that together, man. I'm like, oh, snap. Boy, oh, boy. See, it's a difference between covert and overt. We talked about that. I'm going to get off of here for real. Covert, in your face, like it, you know. Overt is subtle. Overt is sneaky. Overt is deceptive. Overt is sly. Overt says, you're my friend. We cool. And then stab you right in the back. So at least with the covert, I know how you feel. But the overt side, you like, bro, I thought you was on my side. No, I got an agenda and I got somewhere I'm trying to go. And I got a narrative to feel and places to go, people to see. So I'll use you as a pawn. But I don't trip. I ain't tripping off of what you got going on. That's why BLM got hijacked. BLM got a whole other different flavor to it now. Talking about something totally different. Oh, shout out to Sarah Majanku. Shout out to Sarita Long. Shout out to Blacktastic. Shout out to Tasha Smith. Tasha Smith, I ain't forgot about you as far as your business. We just ain't got a chance to sit down. And so I ain't forgot about that. Yeah. So, but yeah, they going someplace. Look up Klaus Schwab. They had these meetings in Switzerland, and man, they be having these meetings, man. They're trying to do the global reset, you know, where they crash the dollar and try to go. Man, I'll be going into a whole nother show. I'm gonna chill out. Y'all gonna be unsubscribing left and right. And I'm not stopping because of that, you know, do what you need to do, you know. But I thank y'all for sharing. I thank y'all for coming on, because y'all could have been doing anything, man. And y'all come in, y'all chop it up with your boy or whatever. And while we can still do this, we're gonna do this. Also, Hebrew Sphere, HebrewConnect.tv, HebrewConnect.org, Bitly, BitShoot. Those different places you can be able to publish some stuff. Some videos I put up, YouTube be like, nah, man, you can't say that. You can't do that. So there's certain algorithms, certain words that's saying. That's why you hear me say jab and stuff like that. Because if you're talking negative about their joints, they're trying to go someplace and you pushing against it or influencing people under, you know, to have some critical thinking skill. They're like, nah, bro, you can't do that. So, you know, we be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Let's close out in prayer. Shout out to everybody who came into the building. What you say, Ty? Too influential and unpredictable. Ty, I might be coming down there, man, into Indy. I can't say it on here, but you know, I'll be coming down there, man, for this aquaponics thing. Aquaponics where you can grow food on the inside all year round. You can't grow everything, but you can grow greens and plants that don't need to be pollinated. And so this guy got a setup down there in Indianapolis. I want to go down there, pick his brain, see what's going on with it, and learn how to do it. All right, so let's close out. Father, in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, you said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw men unto me. We worship you, we honor you, we adore you. Father, God, we ask you to clear our minds, show us how to navigate through this life. Father, God, you said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw men unto me, and we lift you up on today. Yahushua HaMashiach, we thank you for shedding your blood on the cross. We lift you up, we worship you, we honor you, we adore you. There's none like you in the heavens of the earth. Father, yeah, you're the way, the truth, and the life. And no one come to the Father except through you. And we love you. And we ask you to give us, increase our discernment, Father Yah, for this end time. And let us have compassion. Father Yah, the word said the love of many shall wax cold. Don't let our heart wax cold. Don't let us be negative. Don't let us be cynical. Don't let us be cynical. But let us be red hot and on fire so we can help others. Father Yah, if our light burn out, how are we going to help the people around us? So we got to be red hot, on fire, and understand what's going on. Father Yahweh, let us be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. Father Yahweh, we thank you for your wisdom, that we may be able to navigate this globe. Father Yahweh, we praying for all of those who are going through different things throughout this country and throughout this world. And Father Yah, nothing happens without your hand or permission. So Father Yah, if it ain't by your hand, it's allowed for a season. But Father Yah, let all of these different calamities and tragedies bring us all to you. Let us get back focused. Let this be the alignment to make us align back with you, because only what we do for you will last. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, amen. Shiner Majors in the building, ISU in the building, ISU, Indiana State University. We had a ball down there. Shout out to the Indiana State University alumni. Shout out to Vincennes alumni. Hey, shout out to Purdue University. You know, they and shout out to IU Bloomington as well. All right, shout out to Ball State. You feel me? So yeah, man, we getting off of here. Like, subscribe, share, please. Like, subscribe, share. All right. Don't forget, we got a grow culture. Reap what you sow, eat what you eat. Reap what you sow, eat what you grow. So it's the same thing. It's another little channel we're working on. Ty, I'm gonna get you some fresh fruits and vegetables, or fresh vegetables, and for your Cooking with Love show. Shout out to Brother Ty. He got the Cooking with Love show. Yeah, we got a chance to meet with the mayor. Y'all know about that picture. That's me right there, but hat on. That's the mayor right there. And the Shannons right here, they grow greens locally. Boy, they greens is good. And Brother Ken Patrick, do good for Gary. So we got a lot of folk trying to do a few things, man. And if y'all be for us, who can be against us? And yeah, subscribe, like, share. If you're on Facebook, /Elephant Man Podcast, join that. If you're on Twitter, Poster Boys, and IG, which I need somebody to help me with that. I post pictures, but it's okay. Elephant Man _podcast. Also looking for moderators. Email me. We can set up a time to chat and get the moderators going, because the more this channel grows, the more folk gonna be coming on here trolling and acting crazy. I never knew what's the purpose of a troll, man. I don't understand. Anyway, salute, shalom, and I'm out of here.
Perfect.